What's up, everybody? My name is Steven.
And my name's Allan.
And welcome to another episode of Paint Talk. The greatest show, podcast, YouTube channel, whatever it is. Could be all the above. On paint that's ever existed, or hundreds of viewers say so.
My mom loves these videos.
What they don't know is we own a painting franchise.
That's
Maybe
true.
they do know that. And we just basically upload these into our training system. So it's like,
It's a win-win.
we were gonna make them anyways. Well, we were gonna review paints and educate people on paint. So obviously we have more education that we put into the training for, you gotta buy a franchise for those, but shameless plug. But we thought, quick little paint reviews would also go in there and maybe the internet would like it.
There you go.
And a couple of these have, a few thousand views. So
There we go.
All right.
Okay, we're doing all right. Look at us.
That's right. So today we're going to talk about the most average paint in existence. So if you were going to create an average paint and you wanted to know how to do that, you would just make this paint.
That's exactly
Just
right.
copy this paint.
Yeah.
It is your standard paint primer 1. It's low odor. It is not zero VOC to my,
that one
but it is low VOC.
That one's 0.
Oh, you're right, Green Guard. So there you go. Paint primer 1, durable, long lasting, low odor, zero VOC. It's kind of everything you would want in a standard wall paint without being a high price. So you're talking in the 30s to buy a gallon of this paint. And it's good, it's not great. For like really dark colors, you're going to probably need a third coat. If you're doing a white over dark colors, also gonna need a third coat or a primer coat before you start painting. So it's not like a tremendous product in coverage or hide, but it is definitely a good product for standard wall paint. So it's not the most durable, not the most scrubbable. So if you're looking, if you're the type of person who wants to clean their walls a lot, not the best paint for that, but it has great touch-ups. If you're the type of person who likes to just occasionally touch up your walls, this is still a really good paint for you.
It is very much the king of average paint at Behr. It does a great job on most things, but it doesn't have any like cool special features or anything. The zero VOC is cool. It kind of surprises people to know that typically as you go with a higher grade paint, you're actually going to start finding it harder and harder to find zero VOC with higher grade paints. Only because a lot of times the things that are in those paints that allow it to be more scuffable, more easy to clean, all the other additional features, it's usually like those urethanes and those higher acrylics and stuff that no longer make it a zero VOC, they make it a low VOC. But for a lot of you folks who are looking,
that are making it more durable and stuff,
And the zero VOC products are typically going to be more of your mid-grade lines or a specialty high-grade line. But that's for you if you're looking for a zero VOC paint that will actually do the job and be pretty reliable. This is definitely a good product. The price point's really fair, probably comparable to like a ProMar 200, maybe even Super Paint at Sherwin, depending on who you ask. But yeah, it's a great standard paint. They could do a little better job on the label.
This would probably be like a ProMar 200 if you're at Sherwin-Williams or
not a bad product, but
not a bad product
does a job. It's a good price point. So if you're, and honestly,
what's important about it is a lot of people want zero VOC,
Yes.
and you're not going to get that with some of the other products from Behr. They're higher end products. So this is the best product you're going to get from Behr. That's zero VOC. But another thing that's important is that if you go a step below this with Behr, you're going to have a hard time with touch-ups. This paint will touch up really well, and that is really important to notice because like sometimes people are saying, look, I don't want to spend a lot of money, but you want to at least spend enough money that the touch-ups look good.
That's right.
Because that's part of owning a home sometimes is something's going to happen. Somebody's just, yes, heck. Sometimes you paint your house, the movers come in, and you already have to do touch-ups.
Right.
And some of the cheapest paints do not touch up well. And so you want to make sure you're using a paint that at least touches up well. This has great touch-up. Not the best for cleanability, but it's an important factor that not everybody understands. Not all paints touch up well. If you go too cheap, it can be a problem.
And also the way the paint's going to feel. I know it sounds weird, but like when you go in a new construction home and they use like just straight up builder grade,
the walls feel dirty.
The walls feel gritty. You can feel like that little,
cheap paint.
The cheap paint. You feel all the crap in there. It doesn't feel like latexy or smooth. This is still going to have a good feel on the wall. It just doesn't have all those additional features of the scuffability and all of those things that you get with the higher.
I do think most people don't
paints.
touch the wall as much as like painters do, but like painters will walk into a place and just like touch the those cheap paint. How terrible.
Paint snob.
Yeah,
Your
paint
walls
snob.
feel cheap.
Your walls feel cheap. It's a real thing.
It is a real thing.
They may not believe us, but
if you don't know, go touch your wall and feel it. If it feels gritty
also,
and sandy, you've got cheap walls. So
yeah, this also sells crazy people. You can also tell if it's a cheap acrylic or a nicer acrylic.
Yes.
By the way it looks.
Yep.
And that's weird to people. The cheaper the acrylic, the more plasticky it looks.
Yep.
And when you have higher end paint, so this one, I'll be honest with you, in the satin and the semi-gloss, a little bit of a plasticky look.
Yep.
Promar 200 has the same problem. You add some sheen to it, it looks a little bit plasticky.
Yep.
When you're going a little higher end with Sherwin or Benjamin Moore, you go to Regal, Duration, or with this, you maybe go up to Scuff X or to Dynasty. They look nicer. They don't, even in the glosses, they'll look shinier,
There's
more
a richness
glossy,
to it.
but it doesn't have that plasticky look or feel. And so there's that element as well. So, but this has a good feel, but it does have a little bit of a plasticky look if you're doing a semi-gloss, in my opinion.
This is satin. I probably wouldn't. That's probably as high as I would go on sheen if you're going to use this anyway.
Yeah.
In the satin, because that's probably.
Yeah, but if like you're doing a rental,
yeah, you use like a semi-gloss.
you probably want a semi-gloss on at least the kitchen and bathrooms.
Yeah.
If you're doing cheap paint in a rental, you probably want to do a semi-gloss or at least a satin. But yeah, I hope that helps you guys out. Again, if you're looking for a nice average paint that can touch up and zero VOC, it's a good option for you.
Yep, best average paint there is.